As humans, when we start to deal with the word forgive, we tend to get a little antsy. We tend to get a little scared or nervous. And reason for that is when we're dealing with forgiveness, we're dealing with something in a time of our life, whether we had to forgive someone, whether we're asking forgiveness, that's dealing with a time of our life that generally is not very pleasant. Think about any of the times that you've had to go seeking forgiveness from somebody, or somebody's came to you seeking forgiveness. How's that made you feel? Today, that's going to be a question I want us to look at, I want us to answer. How does that make you feel? When you hear the word forgive, and somebody sinned against you, and you're going to need to forgive somebody for somebody that sinned against you, what's going through your mind? How does that make you feel? And I want to tell you a little story about a mother. She had two children, one 7 and one 2. She heard a scream one day, so she goes running into her 7-year-old little son's bedroom, where she proceeds to find the little sister, who's 2, pulling the hair of her brother. So gently, like we all do, parents, we know, we've all been through it, we gently get the fingers away. And that's what the mother did. She gently caressed the little girl, got the fingers out of the little boy's hair. She proceeded to look at the little boy and say, there. She didn't mean to. She didn't know that it hurt. So nodding, okay, that's okay. The little boy agreed with the mother. Mother went on about her business, went on back doing what she was doing. But as she was walking down the hall, she heard the little girl scream this time. So she rushes back to the room. As she rushes back into the room, she's like, what's going on? I don't understand. What's going on? You guys keep screaming. Little boy looked at the mom and said, now she understands. When we look at forgiveness and we look at what it means, which is to cease to have resentment towards somebody that sinned against us. We see in the story of this little boy, he couldn't do that. He held that resentment. He wanted revenge. He wanted to be the punisher. He judged this little girl, his little sister, but it wasn't his place to judge. And the only way that we can seek the strength that we need when we're going through life, whether we're dealing with forgiveness, as far as seeking it, or whether we're giving it forgiveness, we have to draw our strength from somewhere. And we do that in Christ. We have to draw our strength from Christ in anything we do, especially when we're dealing with forgiveness. And that's the story that we're going to see today. It's a story of forgiveness. It's a story that relates to you and I. When we look at Matthew 18, the parable of the unforgiving servant, we see mercy, we see compassion, we see love, we see grace. But do we see a change of heart? We see in this story, in this passage, that this king, he's able to offer up this love, this compassion to this servant who owed a huge, tremendous debt, one that he could not pay. Just like you and I. Our sins, that's a debt that we could not pay. But through our Savior, Jesus Christ, that debt's been erased. We have the ability to have a changed heart and be able to go out and forgive. So as we look at this story today, I want us to reflect on our hearts, where our hearts are. Are we like the unforgiving servant? Do we have that changed heart? When somebody shows us that same love, that compassion, that mercy, that grace, do we turn around and exhibit those Christ-like characteristics ourselves and are able to forgive and show the same compassion, the same love, and that same mercy?